Hello and welcome to another video of Maplestory 2. Obviously it's still Headstart, 5 more days until 10th October when the game goes free to play for everyone to try the game out. Today we're going to be covering up my fourth alt, or aka my fourth character, which is the Archer, and we'll be going on, we're going to be talking about the progressing of the character and a little bit more about the builds and such, and my overall information about, or how I felt about playing Archer from 1 to 50. So going off, I was thinking about planning on either go crit or dexterity. They both works really well for Archer. My biggest issue is that at low level critical rate won't help you much until you get a little bit more gear that gives you critical hit rate, and you get more AP of course for it. So I just went on with dexterity to boost my base damage, so every time you shoot you would have higher number showing up. Obviously when you get the rabbit shot and you crit every time, then that would be a much more viable option. Going off with the skill builds, as you can see, this is not the finalized build. There's still missing points from the trophies, but this is an individual build where I focus on my own damage with Bronze Eagle maxed out. So every time I crit, it will show up as an eagle. The eagle will show up and give me dexterity boost of 7.1% for 18 seconds, or for 50 seconds. So it's a good buff for yourself. However, for raiding, it would be Sharp Eyes maxed out, and it maxed out at level 9 at level 50. So Sharp Eye is one of a kind buff that you can get, and it's only Archer that has available for it. I mentioned it before. When you level, when you want to have a character that's useful for a raid, for example, Archer is one of them because of the Sharp Eye. So my recommendation build would be somewhat like this that I plan. So you have 3 points in Arrow Stream, 5 points in Barrage for the requirements, 10 on Rapid Shot because that's your main DPS. Arrow Storm is going to be maxed or level 1 or added a little bit more when you get more points from the trophies. Screwdriver Shot is going to be maxed out, and Precision Shooter is going to be maxed out. And not well, as for the last skill, the passive skill, you would have the increased physical attack and movement speed on conditioning, and this is a good skill for you to, just have the passive to be able to move around faster after you, because you're quite stationary with your character. So having that extra movement speed and extra damage is pretty useful. And of course, if you crit, you get more dexterity from the eagle itself. Now you might wonder, why did I not go for the evasive salvo, because it works like a evasion skill or dodge skill. I rarely use it these days. Like, I feel like once you're done shooting, you can always just stop shoot, move away with your extra movement speed, or dash away and then move a little bit more. It does cost a lot of stamina, but it's pretty worth it in my opinion. And obviously you need to spend 5 points in evasive salvo. Ice Arrow needs to be spent 4 times, and that's roughly 9 points before you get Agile Archer. And to spend it on Agile Archer you get Piercing, but I feel like it's not worth it. The damage that you get from Ice Arrow isn't really worth it. It's only used as a utility skill to slow enemy down. So for raiding I would recommend, or for party in general, I would recommend going crit buff, and then your main DPS, and then everything that's passive or burst damage, such as Screwdriver Shots with precision shooting. Now for leveling, I would say you want to level up Arrow Stream to 3 at least, so you have unlocked Arrow Barrage. Arrow Barrage is going to be one of your main skills for a while before you unlock the Screwdriver Shot and the Precision Shooter. So Arrow Barrage is going to be your burst damage, Rapid Shot is going to be your main DPS from distance, Arrow Storm is going to be partially one of your main skill as well as an off global cooldown skill. And then you can have Conditioning and Bronze Eagle as your passive buff for yourself to increase your damage. When you do reach to a higher level, pick Screwdriver Shot and Precision Shooter as soon as possible, especially Precision Shooter, because this will turn Screwdriver Shot into an instant skill without any charges and deal a lot more damage, which is really good. So going for these two once you have them available is a high priority in my opinion. And then you're probably gonna remove Arrow Barrage, the points at least, and then spend a little bit more points into the passives and to max out these two. And it will end up turning into like this kind of build. And if you're leveling solo, no points in sharp, remove 2 points in sharp eye and then add it to Bronze Eagle. So going through the last part of this video, I'm gonna make it a little bit short. We do have skill points through trophies. As you can see over here, you can get skill points 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 in total, 6 trophies that you can get after clearing out the main story. So doing main story, you're gonna get 3 skill points, or at least 3 trophies with skill points that's available, and then 6 remaining added up at level 50. If you can manage to do that. Some of them is gonna take a little bit longer, such as 500 trophies. The XP that you need to accumulate is gonna take the longest out of all. But the others are pretty easy, as you just need to kill 3000 enemies, 100 insect enemies, and then finish off Golden Tower, the remaining dungeons, and of course finishing off Moonlight Fortress and Muro Studio to get that extra skill points. And with those 6 extra skill points in this build, or let's say for endgame build, I would spend 2 points to Eagle, so that's 4 remaining, and the 4 remaining skill points would go to Arrow Storm, and that would leave it to level 5. So that's my endgame build, if you can visualize it in your head. But this is gonna be my ult, so I'm not gonna bother too much about it with the skill points. Eventually I will do it, and I'll probably upload a new video for this. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hope you guys got some interest into the Archer. It's an amazing class in my opinion. It's one of the classes that I kind of was skeptical at the beginning, but it turned out really fun when you reached a higher level, especially when you got the Screwdriver Shot with the Precision Shooter. That's when the game became a little bit more fun, and you cleared out enemies pretty fast with it, or killing bosses as well. But yeah, for the next character, it's gonna be on my stream, so if you haven't followed me on my Twitch, it's twitch.tv/kawingshek, similar to YouTube, except you just add twitch.tv. I'm gonna level either a wizard or a thief to 50, and majority of the people that was watching yesterday mentioned thief because they probably are interested in seeing the underdog class to be played by me, and obviously I'm gonna try to learn a little bit more about the class. And of course I kind of wanna see how badly people have been talking about the class itself. I don't see any issues with it, but we'll see. So thank you very much for watching the Archer video, and hope you guys will enjoy the next video, or the video before this, which was the Balrog video that I did with my main. So please make sure to check that out if you haven't seen that, and make sure to come back tomorrow or a few days later to see the thief or wizard video. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Take care.